bit on the defensive side too. But for flex, it's like this is what he's done his whole career. It's what he's very capable. Got a variety of pitches that he can use at any given point. He's very unpredictable. And to do it at a high level day in and day out, especially in the bullpen where he's not used to doing it. It's been fun to watch, and just again looking forward to watching him tonight.
You brought it up earlier, the defense that any of the pitchers has behind them here. When you're on the mound, how does that impact you? Because we see the great plays, but in terms of the stuff that you throw, can you take more chances because there's trust?
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, you still want to execute and get some weak contact, but when you do make mistakes over the plate, you feel like the guys behind you are going to make the plays, and it seems like every ball that goes up in the air, or hard hit ball on the ground, it's going to be made. So it's definitely a comforting feeling. When you with guys on base, you know that you don't necessarily have to get the strikeout every time. You can kind of pitch to contact and know that those plays are going to be made.
Colin, really appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Veteran right-hander Colin Ray, after picking up his 7th win of the year. The 50-50 raffle mega jackpot currently stands at more than $382,000. Fans in Illinois can purchase tickets at cubs.com/raffle starting at 10 a.m. each day through the All-Star break. Just how high will this mega jackpot get? Don't miss out. Coming up, the Manager Show next on The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey Chicago, this is Kyle Tucker. Pat and Ron call every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Roofers and waterproofers Local 11 apprentices train in all aspects of the roofing and waterproofing industry for 5 years. They are the trusted professionals for roofing maintenance and installation needs. So if you're serious about keeping your business dry, visit ChicagoRoofingContractors.org.
Step up to the plate like a pro with the world's largest sports book at your fingertips. Circa Sports Illinois. It's sports betting the way it should be, with high app limits, low holds, exceptional customer service, and more. Whether you're betting with the home team or scouting the next big matchup, take your swing with the Circa Sports app. Start betting like a...
Too stylish to have superstitions.
Zero. I can't do it. Too many collared cleats, too many gloves, too many batting gloves, too many bats.
I do put on my right glove first, then the left, then the thumb guard, then I put on my leg guard, my elbow guard.
Anything you put on first?
Nah, not really.
Nothing?
Nah. I like to say I'm not superstitious, but a little stitious.
That's my security right there. That's the bad one, Roscoe Pico train.
Major League Baseball wanted to start doing something with the players and their dogs.
Which one's the dog?
I was undecided on whether to do a dog card or not, but my wife pushed me in the back and she wanted a famous dog, so she told me to do it.
Yankee Stadium and you play. Your thoughts on just coming into New York, any different at all, or do you just is business as usual?
Well, it's not different, but you're playing the New York Yankees, and that, I think you just associate baseball history with playing the New York Yankees, regardless of who they're playing. I mean, they do probably have arguably the best player in the game, and that makes coming to New York something too. But it's a fun place to visit. It's a fun place to come play, and it's you get to play the New York. It's Cubs Yankees. I mean, that's a fun series.
Here in this new ballpark, very hitter friendly, especially to the right field side. When you think about your offense coming in here, anything different at all, or you're just going to play the games?
No, I mean, I think Yeah, nothing different. I mean, it's a strange field. It's like very friendly right down the lines in both places, and obviously right field allows some, frankly, cheap homers, which isn't my favorite type of ballpark, but that's just the way it is. Center field is huge. That's a good thing for Pete. Like, it's a good thing for when you got a really good center fielder out there. So we'll need Pete to run down some balls this weekend, I'm sure. But the lineup is, look, they have the best offensive player in the game in Aaron Judge, and so we've got to, like we did with Jose Ramirez, keep the guys in front of him off base. That's just still the key. Aaron Judge likely will hit a home run this series. Let's just make it a solo one.
You got Flexen on a bump today. You've been, he's been very good for you, and you've been able to stretch him out some. Where do you stand with where he's going to be, as far as stretching him out?
Well, I think he's relatively close. He's got a good break going into this one. So, I think we used him 60-ish pitches last time. I think, so it's the next step forward is 75-ish. And more importantly, we just have an option as a starter right now. This is essentially Chris is our fifth starter right now, and so with Jamison Taillon's injury, and so we need that, and we're going to need that post All-Star break. So the fact that we've been able to get Chris there is a big deal, and he's obviously got a lot of experience doing it, and he's been wonderful just kind of in moving him back and forth. He's been great at it. So he's been quietly and not so quietly some days in some extra inning games a big reason why we're here right now.
Last question. Cubs, Yankees, you come here to Yankee Stadium, you mentioned it right away. This is a fun series, right? This is what baseball is about. Cubs coming into New York. Two teams that are expected to be in October playing. Fun for you, managing, fan, the whole package?
Yeah, we're playing a good baseball team, so that part's a little challenging. We're facing Max Fried tomorrow. I don't love that. But the rest of it, sign me up for.
Well, let's hope it goes your way. We'll all be pulling for the Cubs to come out with some victories. That's the Manager Show, Craig Counsell. Thanks, Counsell.
You got it.
Zach, back to you.
Funny stuff.
Well, this is a World Series card. Everybody said, what's it going to be to pitch against Sandy Koufax, who's a dominant pitcher? I said, I hope I don't embarrass myself. And I didn't. Pitched my first shutout ever. We won 6-0, and my parents were there. My mom was afraid of heights, so she was in the upper deck. She had to come down and trade seats with somebody so she could actually watch her 20-year-old son pitch a shutout in the World Series.
UC Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. I'm banking on the leadoff man tonight, Nico Horner, who had 2 hits in yesterday's win. He's batting .354 this season against left-handers. Ian Happ, the usual leadoff man, has the night off. He's been scuffling lately. The pitching matchup is sponsored by Ziegler Subaru in Kenosha. Enjoy the laid-back experience of Ziegler Subaru of Kenosha. Right-hander Chris Flexen gets the call for the Cubs. He's 5-0 with a 0.83 ERA in 17 games this year out of the pen. Carlos Rodon, left-hander, is going for the Yankees, 9-6 with a 3.30 ERA. He's coming off a loss to the Mets last weekend. 6 earned runs on 5 hits in 5 innings, 3 walks, and 4 strikeouts. Around Baseball is sponsored by Great Clips. It's going to be great. One final on the board in Game 1 of a doubleheader on the south side. The Guardians with a 4-2 victory over the White Sox. Carlos Santana hit a 2-run home run, his 11th. Daniel Schneemann and Angel Martinez went back-to-back in that ball game. The Guardians are now 44-48 on the season. Game 2 of that doubleheader on the south side between the White Sox and Guardians has yet to get underway. Gavin Williams, a right-hander, will go for Cleveland, and the White Sox will send right-hander Jonathan Cannon to the hill in that one. A couple of games about to get started, including the Marlins and Orioles in the opener of a 3-game set in Baltimore. Same deal with the Rockies and Reds in Cincinnati. Mariners and Tigers also about to get underway in Detroit. Now let's pause as we get set for the playing of the national anthem here at Yankee Stadium prior to Game 1 between the Cubs and the Yankees. The U.S. Marine Corps Band performing the national anthem at Yankee Stadium tonight. The national anthem sponsored by Patriot Pavement Maintenance, simplifying pavement maintenance for industrial, commercial, and educational clients. As we approach the top of the hour, let's pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves on the score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Listen to the Cubs game in FM quality at 104.3 HD2 FM on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network. We are WSCR Chicago, WBMX HD2 Chicago, and Odyssey Sports Station.
It is time for baseball in the Bronx. Cubs, Yankees.
I'm going to go check out Food Truck Row. So, what did you guys get today?
Philly cheesesteaks.
Both of you got the same thing. Are they that good?
Oh, yeah.
Got a hot dog and some fries.
Just kind of basic ballpark.
Chicken bacon sandwich.
Philly cheesesteak.
Okay.
And some
crinkle cut fries.
Okay, where are you guys from?
We're from Dallas.
Dallas. That's what's fun about baseball. It brings different regions together, not just the ball and glove and bat, but what we're eating.
You know, in Boston, every now and then, you'll do those throwback days where you bring out the big baggy jerseys, and the baggier, the better. When I broke into the league, everybody's wearing really baggy pants, and then as the years go along, I started wearing these skinny, mini, tight pants that look like they were painted on. So by the time I was with Boston, I really wanted to wear the baggier, the better. We just wanted to be flying around in the outfield there, having a good time.
Like build this for them and spend the last year of coming up with this concept and getting it off the ground and getting everybody here. Like, it just feels really good to have everybody coming and experiencing the thing that we've been working so hard on. To be able to like take the experiences of Comic-Con and add that to a card show just is really fulfilling, because as somebody who grew up going to card shows and still goes to the same card show in the same church basement in Trumbull, Connecticut every month, like, it's great. Card shows are amazing, but to be able to add all of this experience is what makes this great.
Odyssey and 670 The Score bring you Chicago Cubs baseball on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Chicago, this is Ian Happ.
Base hit into right. Cubs win the ball game. Ian Happ, a game-winning
single.
Hey, it's Nico Horner.
Diving backhand stop by Horner, throws to first to get it. Sensational play.
Hey, it's Kyle Tucker.
Kyle drives one in the air to right field. That ball is gone. It's a 3-run homer. This is what you came here for. We got the Cubs game on the score.
Chicago Cubs baseball is presented to you in part by Benny's Beverage Depot, Nissan, Benjamin Moore, Hefty Trash Bags, Laturo Tire, James Hardy Building Products, Sea Glass Wine, Volvo, Sloan, Xfinity, It's Not a Game, Illinois.com, your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers, and Yingling, the oldest brewery in America. And now here's the Hall of Famer, Pat Hughes, and All-Star Ron Coomer with all the exciting play-by-play action of Chicago Cubs baseball.
Chicago Cubs baseball is on the air from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, New York. It's time for Game 1 of this 3-game weekend series between the Chicago Cubs and the New York Yankees. Good evening, everybody. Along with former Cub and All-Star Ron Coomer. Ronnie played for both of these teams, in fact. Beautiful summer night here in New York, and two of the great American sports franchises ready to play ball here in front of a full house. The Cubs come in after a win in Minnesota yesterday. They'll send starter Chris Flexen to the mound. It'll be his first start as a Cub. He's pitched extraordinarily well out of the bullpen, going 5-0 with an ERA of 0.83. The starter for New York is the former White Sox hurler who also spent a year with the Giants. In his third year now with the Yankees, left-hander Carlos Rodon. Rodon having a good year. He is 9-6 for the Yanks. Again, a beautiful night, big crowd. Let's go ahead and get right to the starting lineups for tonight's game. The lineups are sponsored by Verizon, the most reliable 5G in Chicago. The Cubs, who have a 2-game lead over Milwaukee in the Central, will line up this way tonight. Nico Horner leading off and playing second base. Kyle Tucker in right. Seiya Suzuki batting third. Suzuki, the left fielder.
Here we are, Arlington, Texas. This is the Grand Slam burger. So 2 patties, brisket, caramelized onion, American cheese, ranch aioli or ranch mayo, if you will.
Oh yeah, we're in Texas.
Yeah.
It's something that you definitely want to take a picture of and just put on the gram. I took a bite of it, but it still looks dope.
It's a burger that looks great, but also delicious.
And then 385 to the deep alley in right center. But then you go over to the right field corner, it's just as inviting, only 314 there. And you and I were just discussing about 10 minutes ago, not only is it short right down the line, but if you go from the foul pole out about 100 feet, both into right center and left center, it's still very inviting.
Very much so. This is a ballpark, if you're a right-handed hitter, to go the other way to straight right. It doesn't take one of your better bolts to hit a home run. And a left-handed hitter, if you hook the ball at all, I mean, fly balls just end up 3 or 4 rows back. It is one of those places, I would say, in straight right in behind Judge, you're probably only looking about 340 to 350 feet to straight right field. So it is very much a good home run hitting ballpark.
The Yankees lead the major leagues with 146 home runs. The Dodgers are number 2 with 142, and the Cubs are number 3 with 139. So I think there's a pretty good bet we're going to see some balls sailing into the stands in this series.
I would agree. I think the pitchers would like to think differently, but I think it's inevitable when you play in this ballpark that, you know, the dimensions are going to play a factor in this ball game with the home run ball.
Leadoff man again, presented by Benny's Beverage Depot. Let's see if Nico Horner can get a base hit. Benny's will be happy to donate $100 to the Greater Chicago Food Depository if he does knock out a base hit somewhere. We are ready for baseball. Horner hitting .287. Fans already buzzing, and the game hasn't even begun. The big left-hander Carlos Rodon fires. Nico will take a strike, and away we go. Rod, what's the plan against Rodon?
Well, you're going to see a lot of fastballs from Rodon. He's going to throw about half of his pitches will be either four-seamer or two-seam heater. He's got two good breaking pitches.
Fly ball to left, pretty well hit down the line. Long run, Dominguez makes the catch in the corner. Nico didn't get all of it. He pulled it. It almost reached the warning track. Dominguez made the catch on the run, angling back toward the foul pole. One down, no score. Kyle Tucker, the batter.
Yeah, Rodon kind of conventional. You know, it's fastball, slider, curveball, changeup. But his off-speed pitches are very good, especially the breaking pitches. You know, his curveball has good downward movement. The slider he likes to throw down and into that right-handed hitter.
Lefty to lefty now. Kyle Tucker will hit a line drive, base hit into left center. Over to pick it up is Dominguez. Tucker went right with that pitch, Ron. I know working with you now for 12 years, you love that approach where if the pitch is away, don't try to pull it, just go right with it.
Yeah, it's a great piece of hitting by Tuck. And, you know, that situation where if he gets that ball elevated just a little bit, it's an extra base hit. But he gets first pitch fastball and he just hammers it the other way.
Rodon, a very big man, 6'2", 255 pounds. And the pitch to Seiya Suzuki is a breaking ball strike. Rodon, 9 wins this year. He's lost 6, but his ERA is certainly respectable at 3.30. Short lead by Tucker at first. Seiya swings and fouls it off the body of the catcher Escara. There are some Cub fans here. You see some blue all over the ballpark. Mainly Yankee fans, though, to be honest.
Walking around downtown New York, and before the ball game as we were getting out to the bus, a lot of Cub fans here.
The 0-2 to Seiya drops low.
But yeah, this is it's definitely a home field advantage when you play here in Yankee Stadium. There's no doubt.
Suzuki, 25 home runs. He and Pete Crow Armstrong tied for the team lead in that category. Hitting .263. Seiya with 77 runs batted in. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He chased a low off-speed delivery, and that's out number 2. First strikeout for Rodon. Rodon has been healthy this season. He's made all of his starts. He's been in the big leagues since 2015 with the White Sox, only twice. In all of that time has he made 30 or more starts. He's had a variety of arm issues. He's had the Tommy John surgery. He's had shoulder surgery. Here is the right-handed batting Carson Kelly taking outside for a ball. But when he's been healthy, Ron, he's been pretty good.
Yeah, when he's healthy, you know, he's got good stuff. You know, I don't think his fastball quite has what it once did, but he's got good stuff and excellent breaking pitches we talked about. I watched film on him this morning as that ball's hooked foul right at the Cubs dugout. But, you know, curveball has great downward action, and that slider, as Suzuki saw, down and in, is a very good pitch.
It's his 8th career start against the Cubs. Carlos Rodon. Carson Kelly waiting now for the 1-1. Here it comes. Fastball strike. Belt high inside corner. Carson hitting a solid .270.
Now that fastball there, 95 miles an hour. So nothing wrong with the velocity on that last heater. First inning is powered by Invesco QQQ. Let's rethink possibility. Invesco Distributors Incorporated.
Kelly takes low. Cubs have actually fared very well against Rodon. Again, 7 career starts against the Cubs. He is just 2-4 against the Cubbies with an ERA of 3.44. Big gap in left center at the moment. Now Rodon to Kelly. It's down low and the count now full. So traveling time for Tucker at first with Crow Armstrong on deck.
I think if Craig Counsell had his way in today's ball game, all the at-bats here in the first go-around for the Cubs, first time through the lineup, would go to 3-2. I think that's the thing you're looking for from the Cubs offense, is to try to run the pitch count up on Rodon and then get to that Yankee bullpen.
Grounded, bobbled by the second baseman Chisholm, but he recovers, picks it up, and throws to first in time. Good play by Chisholm, moving to his left, reached for it, knocked it down, picked it up, spun around and fired to first to get Kelly.
Brewing in America, and Yuengling's been doing it right since 1829. Whether it's traditional lager, light lager, Flight by Yuengling, they all have the same commitment to flavor and craftsmanship. Yuengling, the oldest brewery in America, official beer of the Cubs Radio Network, DG Yuengling & Sons, Pottsville, PA.
Dear summer, ready to get your adrenaline pumping? Toyota's got 25 vehicles with available all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive. Toyota, let's go places.
Dominguez will lead it off against Chris Flexen. Cubs right-hander will fire the first pitch in there for a called strike. Flexen 5-0 all out of the bullpen. It's his first start of the year. He brings it back to the plate. It's a little bit high. Ron, what do you see as the keys for Flexen tonight?
Well, early in the ballgame, being aggressive and just trying to, get himself situated. As you said, this is his first start. He's been out of the pen, but he has stretched out. His last outing, you're looking at 60, 65 pitches. Now that's the next step in talking with counts is, 70, 75 pitches would be great. That means he is throwing a very good ball game once again for the Cubs.
2-1 is up and away to Dominguez. He's missing high, which is common early in a game.
I would bet he's a little pumped up, too. You're pitching here in Yankee Stadium. It's your first start of the year. Right, he's not coming out of the pen. I would think you got a little adrenaline rush going right now also.
Dominguez hitting 266, swings and misses, and the bat goes flying out of his hands. It flew over the first base dugout and landed up against the screen, the netting protecting the fans. And the bat boy runs over and gets it. Some serious hang time on that bat toss.
I've hit doubles that haven't gone that far. See, now, if I were the hitter, that bat would be done. That would be a signed bat and giving it away. If it didn't want to stay in my hands at home plate, it wanted to go, then it's got to go. That one would be done.
So you didn't think there'd be any more hits left in it?
No, it got banged around in the dugout and off the concrete. Now he's out.
Jason Dominguez waiting for the pitch from Flexen, and he takes strike three call. Top of the zone fastball, out number one. Strikeout for Flexen. Strikeouts by Cubs pitchers. Those are sponsored by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. One away, no score, bottom of the first. Here is Aaron Judge. Enormous right-handed batter. Stands about 6'8", weighs about 270 pounds, and he leads the world in, he leads the majors run in the following categories: hits, RBIs, batting average, on-base percentage, and slugging.
Besides that, he's scuffling along, huh?
Yes, he sure is. Here's a pitch down low, and it's 2-0.
I'd like to have scuffled like that even for a month.
34 homers, 78 RBIs, hitting .356. Amazing. Here's the 2-0 to Judge. inside. It's 3-0. Do I even have to ask if he has a green light?
If I were him, do you even look at the coaches?
No.
No one's going to try to run when you're hitting because they know you got a chance of blasting one. So you just stand there with the bat in your hand and go throw it over the plate. See what I can do.
The 3-0 to Judge. Check swing. He swung and missed. He was actually ruled to have swung by the home plate umpire, Paul Clemens.
He was swinging on 3-0.
Sure was. Ramon De Jesus is the first base umpire, Quinn Wolcott at second, and Adrian Johnson at third. But it's Paul Clemens behind the plate. Beautiful night in New York, 79 degrees. Gentle breeze. Here's the 3-1. Low for ball 4. Judge draws the 1-out walk. And here's the former Cub, Cody Bellinger. Bellinger's hit safely in 15 consecutive games. One of the hottest hitters in the league.
Now Belly having a very good year for the Yankees.
Just reading about him, Ron, he's not only played some first base, but all 3 of the outfield spots. Bellinger will take a strike.
Well, and that was the amazing thing when the Cubs got Bellinger, is his ability to play the outfield and first base at an elite level and play good defense everywhere. It was amazing that a guy that really was an outfielder could come to first base and play the infield as well as anybody. He was an excellent defender.
Swing and a miss by Bellinger. Looking at Michael Busch over at first, he's not a small man, but it almost looks like he's a high school kid or an 8th grader standing next to Aaron Judge.
Judge is just, he is a big man. There's no doubt about it.
Now the 1-1 to Cody Bellinger. No score first inning. Bellinger takes high. Flexen continues to miss upstairs. Bellinger's numbers, 13 home runs, 48 driven in, hitting a sturdy .280. Flexen backs away, not quite ready. Just trying to settle himself down here a little bit. I think everyone gets a little uptight when they face Aaron Judge.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't?
Yeah, right? Yeah.
And now the 2-1. There's a strike, 2-2. What do you like here?
Well, I think you got a couple options for Flexen. You can spin something down and in the belly. But as we know, Bellinger at times was vulnerable to the high fastball. See if they elevate a fastball or they try to throw something, breaking ball in the dirt.
2-2, swinging a tap foul. He just did make contact.
Got away with a hanging hook right there. Flexen's topped out already at 95 miles an hour. Speed gun powered by Xfinity gets seriously powerful Wi-Fi. Xfinity, the Wi-Fi is booming.
Chris Flexen to the belt. Short lead by Judge. Pitch to Bellinger. High fly ball, left center, shallow and playable for Crow Armstrong. Pete gets his feet wet with a catch in shallow left center. You know Pete's excited about playing in this atmosphere. He came over from the New York Mets organization. But I think every ball player, Ron, would get excited the first time he plays at Yankee Stadium.
There is no doubt. I really don't believe is there any sports franchise, period, with the tradition of the New York Yankees.
Ben Rice drives one in the air, deep left field. Back goes Suzuki with a play, makes the catch on the track to end the inning. Yankees don't score, they leave 1. We go to inning number 2. Cubs now.
It's a 5-man umpiring crew here today, and this young superstar.
And did their feet get tangled up? Yes, so Hoppy Tritt, they got their feet tangled up before the ball came down.
That goes helicoptering into the net. It's prime time.
And that ball is off the ladder. It's actually off the ladder. You never see that.
A little tumble behind the mound. Hat fell off. That was awesome. I mean, you just don't see that.
Imagine transitioning from loving baseball cards to then knowing it's inevitably coming that you're going to be on baseball cards. What was that moment like for you?
Yeah, I think the first card I saw was when they did something for USA Baseball, and then now seeing my face, seeing me playing baseball on a card, it was surreal. It wasn't that it was that moment where like, wow, this is really something.
Law right now. Don't hesitate. Call the 8s, 312-888-8888.
Cubs and Yankees scoreless, top 2 in New York. The second inning is brought to you by Sea Glass Wines, delivering crisp, refreshing flavors that hit every time. Huh?
All right, Zach. Pete Crow Armstrong will lead off this second. Lay him deep and straight away. The defensive alignment, sponsored by Fitzgerald Equipment. Carlos.
Always a fan, an advocate of contemplating at least for PCA a bunt against a tough lefty like Rodon. With his wheels, you bunt single and steal a bag, and all of a sudden you're in scoring position.
Rodon ahead 1-2. And PCA wouldn't bite.
It's hard though, right? When you've got the ability to hit the ball out of the ballpark.
The 2-2 would bite again, down 3 balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, the slug has been incredible. Let's see what Rodon.
Babe Ruth. Number 4, again, of course, Lou Gehrig. The Jolton Joe Yankee Clipper Joe DiMaggio's number 5 will never be worn by anybody else. Your manager Joe Torre, that number was retired. 7, Mickey Mantle, of course. Mentioned Yogi Berra and Bill Dickey. Roger Maris was number 9. You'll never see that one again in a Yankee uniform. And Phil Rizzuto, number 10. There just aren't many teams that can even come close to a list of retirees like the Yankees can.
No. Well, when you come here to play, they start, you sign your deal and then you get a call from, the equipment manager going, okay, here's the options you have for numbers. Don't think about what you were wearing in your last team when you were an all-star or whatever. Good luck with that. Here's what we got left that you can actually wear. And there's not a lot of them.
Swanson takes strike 3 called. Dansby caught looking. Swanson walks over and has a word with Escara, the home plate umpire. He didn't like that call. Let's see it again, Ron.
I think it's down and in. I don't think, Clemens got this one right. Missed down, missed in. But close pitch.
Dansby did have a beef. 2 down, nobody on, no score. Here's Justin Turner. He'll take a strike. Before I forget, I did not even give the full list of retired numbers. Some of the others would be 16 Whitey Ford, 20 Jorge Posada, 23 Don Mattingly, 37 Casey Stengel. Here's a liner into right center. That's going to be a base hit for Turner. It'll be a long single as Bellinger gets it back in. A 2-out single for Turner, and the batter Michael Busch, the great Mariano Rivera. Mariano Rivera's number 42 was retired. Andy Pettit, 46. Reggie Jackson, 44. Ron Guidry, Bernie Williams. It's quite a list.
See what I mean?
It's amazing.
The numbers you get to wear are pretty limited. You know what I mean? Your normal numbers that you see on every ball club, no, they're all retired.
Here's Michael Busch batting 8th in the order against the left-hander, swinging and missing.
One of the retired numbers is broadcasting just to our left, Paul O'Neill. Paulie, played for Cincinnati, but a great Yankee right fielder. Very fun guy to play against. Very intense, fun, great competitor.
Outside for a ball.
Turner was a designated hitter. He's got base knock, so he's got one of the hits for the Cubs. Designated hitters tonight, they're sponsored by BBQ Authority. Visit BBQ Authority in Lisle.
Short lead by Turner at first. No score, second inning. Here's a chopper foul behind the plate. Off the bat of Michael Busch. Busch hitting .296. He's just dropped down to 8th in the order because the left-hander Rodon is starting. That's the only reason. 18 homers for Michael, 58 driven in. He's been as hot and consistent as anyone on the team of late. And the 1-2 down low.
Well, he just gives you a solid at bat over and over and over. He's got a good short swing, uses the whole field with power.
No score, second inning. Turner at first, being held by Goldschmidt. Rodon to the belt and deals. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 ends the inning. No runs on a hit, a man left. Middle of inning number 2. 0-0 game. Cubs and Yankees on the score.
Do you guys make your own brisket here?
Yes, we do. We are known by our brisket.
Barbecue brisket sandwich. Quality is better than other places, and it looks good. We're ready to eat.
We go to an average 500 briskets per game. We hear a lot from our fans. They want to try something with wrap, easy to eat. So we say, well, let's do it like brisket, wrap, and an egg roll.
That's beautiful. You get the gold medal for culinary brisketry here in Texas.
Yes.
Rely on finishingchicago.com.
On Monday, July 21st, the Cubs celebrate pets. Fans who purchase tickets through cubs.com/specials will receive the choice of a Cubs dog or cat toy. A portion of the proceeds will benefit Paws Chicago. Pat?
Very good, Zach. We go to the bottom of inning number 2. 0-0 game. Jazz Chisholm Jr., left-handed batter with power. 17 home runs, hitting .251, takes high from Chris Flexen. We're going to play the Benny's Beverage Depot attendance game. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking. And the pitch to Chisholm, swing and a miss. Do we know what this ballpark capacity is, Zach? Or is that going to remain private information until the game is over?
This is a very competitive game, my friend.
There's my answer right there.
Figured as much. Yeah, there we go. What did the ticket office say they had tonight, Z?
Fastball is taken high. Zach was seen lingering around the ticket office, high-fiving certain people in there. Paul Schrager was also there, the engineer. I'm not sure what business he had in there. Fastball is up high. Paul Schrager, though, stays busy. Engineers network games, Yankee games.
Mets games.
Even the occasional Mets games. Very accomplished broadcast engineer. 3-2 pitch fouled away off to the left.
And probably known most of all as a cat dad.
He wears shirts that say cat dad
yeah,
on them.
that's what I mean. I'm not kidding. You can't make something like that up.
I think somebody said he's doing some modeling, some male modeling. Is that?
There you go.
Is that the case, Paul?
He's got the shirt tonight.
He nodded in the affirmative.
Yeah, there you go.
Somewhat stunningly. Here's the 3-2. On the way to Jazz Chisholm Jr. Low and inside, he walked him. It's a leadoff walk from Flexen, and the batter, Paul Goldschmidt. No score, second inning.
Tried to go down and in with a little cutter, and Chisholm didn't chase it. Manager challenges and instant replays. All reviews in this game are sponsored by Northwestern Medicine. Second opinion's always a good idea. Get yours at Northwestern Medicine.
Goldschmidt can still hit. Batting average of .290.
Pat, 46,537 is capacity here at Yankee Stadium.
I'll tell you what, I'll go exactly with that capacity number for my guest tonight. Is that fair?
Sure.
There's a pitch for a strike to Goldschmidt.
So what is it, 46, what's he?
46,537, but Pat, that's not a palindromic number, and we don't want to scare the listening audience.
Good point. I better reconsider. Here's a throw to first.
The X, or formerly known as Twitter, would be in a buzz if you didn't have a palindromic number, but
all right,
I'm not going to read it, so it's okay.
About 4.5654. There we go. Goldschmidt drives it foul off to the right and out of play.
Okay.
Again, Goldschmidt's power numbers a little bit down. 8 home runs. He's driven in 34, but he can still pick it at first. He is 37 years old. He'll be 38 in a couple of months in September. Swings and misses, strike 3. Good fastball got him. And that's out number 1. No score, second inning. And the batter is J.C. Escarra.
Gas away. Goldschmidt, not a lot of movement. Once he gets kind of set, then there's no movement at all, and fires. Good fastball outside corner by Flexen to get the punch out. His second punch out of the game.
Escarra, a left-handed hitter, takes high for a ball.
Strikeouts by Cubs pitchers are brought to you by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealer.
Still plenty of daylight here in New York. No more shadows on the field. Lights starting to take effect. There are 5 levels of seating, including a mezzanine level in the middle.
This is a big ballpark.
The 1-0, Escarra lines one to right there to make the catch is Tucker. And that's going to be out number 2. The runner at first, Chisholm, realized it was right at the Cubs right fielder. 2 down, and the batter, Anthony Volpe.
As you're saying, the playing surface, this ballpark plays very big right in the middle of the park. So that plays very well for the Cubs with Pete Crow Armstrong, who can cover as much ground in center field as anybody I've ever seen. but the lines are very short. But boy, the footprint of this stadium is massive. You know, when you walk around Yankee Stadium, it is a big, big facility.
Volpe hitting .215. Right-handed batting shortstop. He does have some pop with 10 home runs. He's driven in 48. Pretty good size gap in left center right now as Crow Armstrong shades him over toward right center. 2 down, nothing game. The 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. He chased a high hard one.
I think if you're a right-handed hitter, it makes sense for you to try to use the other side of the diamond in this ballpark. If you can hit the ball to straight right field to the right field line as a right-handed hitter, you're going to do some damage here, and balls are going to land in the seats that you don't even really click on.
High fly ball, shallow right, over toward the line is Tucker making the catch to end the inning. Yankees don't score. It's on to inning number 3. Nothing game. Cubs and Yanks on the score. And
it's time.
Get ready for a legendary movie night.
That went well.
It will leave you cheering.
You might actually survive a fight or two.
Karate Kid Legends, now on digital.
A lot of fans and collectors will look at the T206 set as the more famous of the sets that were produced in the early part of the 20th century. And certainly they would carry more financial value. But when you talk to collectors, some will tell you that these T205s are actually more physically attractive. They're maybe the most physically attractive cards produced prior to World War II.
So without further ado, snap on your time goggles and prepare to zoom 1,000 years into the future. The D-backs are still the D-backs, though now they're represented by a robotic techno-snake, and the Cubs have embraced their future amongst the stars, now being represented by Ursa Major. Minneapolis was the first to establish relations with our extraterrestrial friends. The Rays are the cosmic rays flying through space in their Devil Ray-shaped spacecraft.
Great clips. It's gonna be great.
John Birdie is on deck for the Cubs. Who's on deck is brought to you by TimberTech Decking and Railing. Everything wood should be. Visit TimberTech.com. Pat?
Carlos Rodon to face John Birdie here leading off the third. Fastball up and in. Cubs have a couple of hits. Single by Tucker in the first and Turner in the second. But neither team with a run. See if the Cubs can rearrange that scoreboard in this third inning. Birdie playing third base tonight, hitting .211. The 1-1 from Carlos Rodon. Ball 2 low and inside. Rodon made 4 playoff starts for the Yankees a year ago. The one that he would like to forget was Game 2 of the World Series at Dodger Stadium. Inside, it almost hit Birdie, and they count 3-1. I say that because remaining Yankee loss after Freddie Freeman had the grand slam to give the Dodgers a very dramatic win in Game 1. And Rodon started Game 2. Kind of a difficult assignment when you put it in that context, Ron.
Absolutely.
But he gave up 3 home runs early in the game in just 3 1/3, and he left early and suffered the loss. He was added to the American League All-Star team earlier today, replacing teammate Max Fried. Here's a bouncing ball up the middle, base hit to center. John Birdie, leadoff single, sharp base hit. Let's see if that cranks up a Cubs rally.
Now Birdie runs well. You got to watch to see if Cubs can do a little running here. Since nobody has punched a run across the board yet. Coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth. Proud ETF partner of the Chicago Cubs.
Peraza deep at third. Nico lays down occasional bunts. Takes a fastball strike. I wouldn't be surprised to see him lay one down right now. You?
Yeah, it's a possibility. There's no doubt. Especially if you get a breaking ball for a strike, you can drop one down. That would be the easiest pitch to do that with.
The 0-1, Nico takes low and in. Warner always kind of surveys the field in between pitches. I kind of like that habit of his. Just keeping in mind where the defense is. Short lead at first by Birdie. And the 1-1. Nico drives one in the air to center. Going back is Bellinger with room near the track, makes the catch. And that's going to be the first out in the inning. And it brings up Kyle Tucker.
Good swing by Nico. That ball got in on just enough to where he didn't get it elevated. He got it elevated, but just in on him enough to keep it in the ballpark. He hit that ball pretty well.
Tucker had a single into the opposite field and left his first time. Lefty to lefty. Rodon's pitch. Tucker will take a strike. 0-1.
So now Zach and I got to make our attendance guesses, Pat. So I will make mine at 42,000 flat.
And the 0-1. Breaking ball just missed the outside edge.
I'll go 43,000 on the dot.
So we are all locked in. The Benny's Beverage Depot attendance game. Couple of day games over the weekend. A noon start tomorrow, 12:05 to be exact. Toss to first, not in time. And how about the matchup tomorrow? Matthew Boyd against Max Fried.
Yeah, there you go.
They've been two of the best lefties in all of baseball all year.
Yeah. Two All-Stars, Fried and Boyd. Boyd got selected to the team here recently, and Fried is not going to go to the All-Star game, but was selected.
Dribbled foul by Tucker, 1-2. And then the matchup on Sunday at 12:35 Central Time start. Shota Imanaga against right-hander Will Warren. And then the Cubs and everyone else will enjoy the All-Star break, the All-Star game Tuesday night. There goes the runner Birdie. The pitch swung on and missed. It's a stolen base, but it's strike three as Tucker swings and misses. Birdie does get a stolen base, and now there are two down, and the batter is Suzuki.
Now Birdie got a big jump, no throw, and Tuck got a breaking ball. He just kind of pulled off this one just a little bit. A breaking ball in the zone. But I said Rodon's got a good hook. There's no doubt. Good fastball, good slider. And even if he throws it in the middle of the plate, it's still got good tilt on it and good break to it.
He's at 46 pitches so far. It is a stolen base for Birdie. Suzuki hits a high pop-up, shallow right. Chisholm going out and calling and making the catch. And the Cubs do not score. It's on to the bottom of inning number 3.
Gosh, we've gone to Sea Dogs games since we were kids.
I've been coming to see the Sea Dogs for the last 30 years. Great experience.
Everybody here is just bends over backwards to help people out and wish the world was like it is right here at the ballpark.
We've always wanted to be more than just a baseball team. We want to be strong, active, contributing members of the community. And I think that effort is seen by the people and the fans, and they want to support that effort.
Resist rips, tears, and leaks. Strength that's anything but ordinary.
Hefty.
Bottom 3 in New York. Cubs and Yankees are scoreless. Sunny at 78 degrees at the moment. Time and temperature sponsored by Circa Sports Illinois. Bet like the pros and download the Circa Sports app today. Huh?
All right, Zach, thank you. Bottom of the third, 0-0 game. Chris Flexen's pitch bounced to third. Back at it by Birdie. Reverse pivot, long throw, not in time. Cubs might challenge the call. Birdie made a magnificent play, backhanding the ball and then turning to his right to prepare to make the throw across the diamond, and just a little bit late on the peg, apparently.
Yeah, sometimes, you go for this ball as the third baseman, and you just got to go where the ball takes you. And Birdie goes towards the line and then has to retreat a little bit. So he's going back towards the foul pole, catches it. So that's why he had to turn the opposite way. And just that extra step cost him from getting it out, but a great play by Birdie at third.
It is an infield single, no challenge on the call. It was a close play, but Peraza runs very well and gets the infield single. Back to the top of the order for Jason Dominguez.
And the thing about that play is it probably saved a double. So it saved you 90 feet. Now you still got the double play in order here in the bottom of the third.
Peraza short lead at first, held by Bush. And the pitch up and in for a ball. Whenever there is a stolen base by a Chicago Cub, and there was in the top of the inning by John Birdie, those steals are powered by Atturo Tire. A-T-T-U-R-O, Atturo. Curveball fouled away, out of play. 0-0 game, bottom of inning number 3. Talk about the defensive alignment every now and again. And the next pitch, line to right center, a base hit. Rounding second and going to third is Peraza on the base hit by Dominguez. And the Yankees now with men at first and third and nobody out, and Aaron Judge coming up.
Now, that's the one thing Craig Counsell wanted to and was hoping to stay away from, is too many men on base with Judge coming to the plate. Flexen throws a breaking ball here, but this one hangs. It stays right in the middle of the plate and gets driven into right center. So now first and third, nobody out, and Judge, the hitter.
Cubs keep the infield back. Judge had a base on balls his first time. Chris Flexen in a tough spot now. No score, first and third, nobody out. Judge lays off some high heat. Now the stretch by the Cub right-hander and the pitch. Beautiful curve. Drops in there for a strike.
Nice slow hook. That might be the first one he's thrown tonight. How about that curveball? 72 miles an hour.
Big loop to it. Runners take their leads. Here comes the 1-1. Judge takes low. The ball bounces away. No advance by the runners. I'm not sure why the runner at first, Dominguez, did not go to second. I can understand the runner at third holding the play right in front of him, but easily Dominguez could have gone to second, probably without even drawing a throw.
I wonder if they instruct him not to take the extra base, to leave the base open so Judge gets a chance to hit.
We've seen that before, Ron.
Right? I mean, there's only a select few people that you would ever say that about that have been in my era of playing or broadcasting. He would be one of them.
Now the 2-1 to Judge from Flexen. Swinging a high fly ball to right. Long run for Tucker. Still on the run over toward the right field line. Makes the catch and throws home. And a good throw is cut off. And the throw now goes into center field. A run scores as Dominguez goes to second. Peraza scores the first run of the game. Tucker threw toward the plate. They did not really have a shot at the runner Peraza there. So the ball cut off by Bush, and he made a wild throw into center, but it didn't really matter because Dominguez was going to be safe at second anyway. I don't think any error will be charged. It's a sac fly for Judge. Yankees lead 1-0.
Yeah, there'll definitely not be an error charge, that's for sure, even though the throw went into center field. That had no relevance to the play. You know, the one thing that you'd say, Michael Bush came way down into the infield to catch this cutoff throw. Because the one thing for Tuck, he's playing so far into right center, he had a long way to go to get to that ball.
Bellinger pulls it foul. Run. We have to pause 10 seconds for station ID on the score. And the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs Talk with Rahimi and Harris, 10 a.m. to 2 on the score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network, WSCR Chicago, WBMX HD2 Chicago, and Odyssey Sports Station.
Judge, with his 79th run batted in, has given the Yankees a 1-0 lead on that sacrifice fly. Just thinking how far Tucker had to run to get that ball. It was about a 100-foot sprint, maybe a little more. Bellinger drives one in the air, deep right center. This could be trouble. Back to the wall, and that ball is gone.
Well, we talked about this ballpark and the dimensions of it coming into play here right at the beginning of the broadcast. They just came into play as Belly hits a high, towering fly ball. And it comes straight down. I mean, both outfielders, Tucker and Armstrong, are waiting for this ball to come down, and it lands one row into the bleachers. Maybe the second row as Armstrong tries to climb the wall.
Bellinger's 14th of the year. It's a 2-run homer. Yankees lead 3-0, and Ben Rice is the batter. And he hits a pop fly into shallow left center. Pro Armstrong and Suzuki alongside. Seiya makes the catch in left center, and that's out number 2.
I don't know.
Bellinger now with 50 runs batted in and 14 home runs.
I don't know what the distance was of the home run. Zach might know, but it wasn't
371.
371.
Bit of suspect. 355.
Yeah,
maybe.
there you go. That's probably closer. I'd like to get a measurement to some of those, to that area, like right in behind where Tucker's at now, straight behind him. That's about as short a straight right field as we got in baseball.
Jazz Chisholm Jr. takes the 1-0 pitch outside for ball 2. The infield hit by Peraza led off the inning. Then Dominguez singled. Judge with a sac fly and Bellinger with a 2-run homer. Swing and a miss. 2-1. But a 3-run lead in this park, or a 3-run deficit, is not that big of a deal. Ballpark like this was made for comebacks. And the 2-1 is a changeup down low. 3-1.
Yeah, it's one of those parks that you know, a lot like Wrigley, when, either the wind is blowing out or there's very little wind. You know, crooked number scores in an inning and points can happen in a hurry in these ballparks.
Chisholm takes a strike. 2 down, bases empty. And the count now full on Jazz Chisholm. A homer by Bellinger brought the crowd to life vocally. And here comes the payoff. Wind up by Chris Flexen, and the pitch way outside. Curveball not close. Flexen knew it the minute it left his hand. He kind of looked up in anguish out toward the outfield. Tommy Hotovy out to see about Chris Flexen. Big crowds expected here throughout the weekend. I'm sure they'll all 3 be sold out. Cubs will be home a week from today. The first game after the All-Star break against the Boston Red Sox. 3 games at Wrigley against Boston. And I'm sure those tickets are going to go fast if, in fact, they are still available. But I wouldn't wait much longer. Cubs and Red Sox. The Red Sox are a good team.
Yeah, and that's always a big series, whether the Cubs go to Fenway or the Red Sox come to Chicago to Wrigley Field.
Three runs in, 2 down, a man at first. Paul Goldschmidt struck out his first time.
Goldschmidt swung through a fastball away. He's going to be looking for that fastball away in this at bat.
Swings and fouls it back. Reading about Goldschmidt, Ron, interesting, he has hit leadoff in 29 games this season.
Well, he's a guy that does a good job of, his at-bats are always good. He's not hitting for the same power numbers that he once did. You mentioned that earlier.
High fly ball foul off to the right, out of play. Yankees 2 games behind Toronto in the American League East. Cubs 2 games ahead of Milwaukee in the National League Central. St. Louis 5.5 back. Cincinnati 7.5. Toronto swept the Yankees 4 in a row in Toronto in a series at the end of June and early July. Goldschmidt pops one up. A backpedaling Swanson will give way to the oncoming Suzuki, who makes the catch, and that ends the inning. But the Yankees score first. They get...
I was in AAA, and right before the game, they said, no, you got to stop. You need to hurry up and go to Cincinnati. You're about to go play a game there. You got 45 minutes till the game starts. So I get in my car and I start driving, and all I keep thinking about is, which jersey are they wearing that night? So when I get to the locker room, I see my jersey hung up, and love the white jerseys, just the stitching on it, the old school feel to it.
Five-man umpiring crew here today, and this young superstar.
And did their feet get tangled up? Yes, so Hoppy Tritt, they got their feet tangled up before the ball came down.
That goes helicoptering into the net. It's prime time.
And that ball is off the ladder. It's actually off the ladder. You never see that.
A little tumble behind the mound, hat fell off. That was awesome. I mean, you just don't see that.
Bet365 is now live in Illinois. Download the Bet365 app. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365.
The Out-of-Town Scoreboard is sponsored by Club Citgo. Download the Club Citgo app now and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. Final in game one of a doubleheader on the south side. Guardians double up the White Sox 4-2. Carlos Santana with a 2-run home run. The second game is yet to start. Orioles lead the Marlins 4-0. They're in the top half of the fourth inning. Ryan O'Hearn, an RBI single. Ramon Laureano, an RBI double.
Fourth inning gets underway with Carson Kelly popping one up down the right field line fair, and Judge over near the line makes the catch. One down.
The rest of the board, Pat, the Rockies lead the Reds 2-1. They are in the top half of the fourth inning. Ryan McMahon with his 13th home run. Mariners lead the Tigers 1-0. Bottom of the fourth inning, Donovan Solano a ribby triple. Rays and Red Sox tied at 1 in the top of the third. Pat?
Pete Crow Armstrong the batter. 3-0 Yankees here in the fourth. Rodon's pitch to Crow Armstrong is a strike.
Fourth inning is sponsored by Wintrust, home of the exclusive Cubs debit card. Member FDIC, EHL lender.
Lefty to lefty, the big man Rodon fires. Misfires away, 1-1. Rodon has allowed 3 hits so far and no walks. And no extra base knocks. Deep drive, that might change now. If it's fair, this ball could leave the yard. Judge back to the wall, and a leaping try by Judge. He made the catch. Judge just took a home run away from Pete Crow Armstrong. It was fair by only about 20 feet. Judge is enormous. He jumped and had his glove clearly up above the top of the fence and stole a home run from Pete Crow Armstrong. That's out number 2.
Yeah, there's not many outfielders that are going to make this catch. 6'8". Judge in right field climbs the wall and just, I would guess he's had a few rebounds in his day when he was probably a high school basketball player, and that's about what he did. Timed his jump perfect. And dealing with the fan, a Yankee fan in right, and still made the catch.
2 down in the inning. Cubs trail 3-0. Dansby Swanson the batter. He lines one toward right, and Judge comes in and makes a sliding catch. So 2 defensive gems by the big right fielder, Aaron Judge, making more and more of a bid to be the league's most valuable.
It's a 5-man umpiring crew here today, and this young superstar.
And did their feet get tangled up? Yeah, so Hoppy Tritt, they got their feet tangled up before the ball came down.
That goes helicoptering into the net. It's Pronto.
And that ball is off the ladder. It's actually off the ladder. You never see that.
A little tumble behind the mound, hat fell off. That was awesome. I mean, you just don't see that.
Play in Toronto. Guerrero sends over some good stuff for the guys, so when we play in Toronto, I definitely dive into that.
You gotta be careful with Vladdy, bro, because a Dominican breakfast will put you to sleep, bro. ¿Cómo está sonando la comida dominicana ya?
La comida dominicana ya no sé cómo está sonando, porque obviamente mi esposa me cocina. O sea, hay restaurantes, pero no voy a comer comida latina.
Bone and Joint Institute, a leader in comprehensive orthopedic care. Visit IBJ.com for locations.
Completely Leaders are sponsored by American Sail. Bring the fun home. Aaron Judge leads the majors in batting average. He's hitting at .356. He also leads in RBIs with 79, 2 more than Seiya Suzuki. Judge also leads in on-base percentage, slugging, OPS, hits. We can go on and on. Cal Raleigh, the home run leader, 36 so far this season, Pat.
All right, Zach, we go to the bottom of inning number 4. 3-0 Yankees. J.C. Escarra leads off, has a count of 2-0. Chris Flexen working in what might be his final inning of work tonight. Let's see if he can come back on 2-0. He fires a strike. Got a note delivered to me earlier today about a gentleman who's been a great Cub fan in Longview, Illinois.
Okay.
Ed Bosch. And that's for real. Here's a ground ball back to the mound. And an easy play at first, and that's out number 1. And they made sure to say it's not associated with Bosch power tools.
Okay.
As in, the more you Bosch, the more you feel like a Bosch. But it's spelled the exact same way. But Ed, we want to thank you. He was 100 years old yesterday.
Oh, wow.
He has been a Cub fan forever and ever. And Longview, Illinois. I'm not sure exactly where that is, but we want to thank Ed for being a great fan, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the season, Ed.
Happy 100.
Here's a bouncing ball toward third. Tough play. Birdie had to back up. Now quick throw gets him. Good footwork and a good arm by Birdie on that play.
Very nice play, yes. And you're exactly right, Pat. The footwork. He took a step backwards to give himself a little longer hop. And once you do that, you make the catch, and the catch is about shoulder high. Then your right foot is already planted, and he did not take a step. He just uncorked the throw and aimed a little high, which is perfect to make the nice play at third base. He's made 2 very nice plays at third here tonight.
2 down, nobody on. The batter, Oswald Peraza.
And Spiegel and Holmes talk Cubs baseball and Chicago sports every weekday, 2 to 6 on the score. 6:70 the score in the Odyssey app.
The 1-0 is in there for a strike. 3-0 Yanks, each team with 3 hits. Yankees with a 2-run homer from Cody Bellinger and a sac fly from Aaron Judge. Chopper foul. But day games over the weekend. Day games are something of a tradition here on Saturday afternoon.
I just really like that it breaks up our routine of the same stuff, the same schedule all the time. I loved it at Wrigley Field. I love it here at Yankee Stadium. Loved it as a home player in both. Do you like the Saturday day game?
I'll tell you what I really love about Saturday afternoon games. It reminds you of when you were a young ball player.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, 9, 10 years old. Saturday morning games, Saturday afternoon. Great, great stuff. 2-2 pitch is taken high for a ball. 3-2.
What was the morning baseball show that was on Saturday mornings going into the national game? Johnny, the Baseball Bunch?
This weekend, baseball.
Yeah, the Baseball Bunch, right? That was it, right? Yeah, Zach's giving me the thumbs up.
3-2 pitch line toward third, caught by Birdie. And that will end the inning. Zach and Ron will discuss the Baseball Bunch in its entirety, starting with season 1.
It's a 5-man umpiring crew here today in this young superstar.
And did their feet get tangled up? Yes, so Hoppy Tritt, they got their feet tangled up before the ball came down.
That goes helicoptering into the net. It's pumped on.
And that ball is off the ladder. It's actually off the ladder. You never see that.
A little tumble behind the mound, hat fell off. That was awesome. I mean, you just don't see that.
So without further ado, snap on your time goggles and prepare to zoom 1,000 years into the future. The D-backs are still the D-backs, though now they're represented by a robotic techno-snake, and the Cubs have embraced their future amongst the stars, now being represented by Ursa Major. Minneapolis was the first to establish relations with our extraterrestrial friends. The Rays are the cosmic rays flying through space in their devil ray-shaped spacecraft.
I can't imagine transitioning from loving baseball cards
to then knowing it's inevitably coming that you're going to be on baseball cards. What was that moment like for you?
Yeah, I think the first card I saw was when they did something for USA Baseball, and then now seeing my face, seeing me playing baseball on a card, it was surreal. It wasn't that it was that moment where we're like, wow, this is really something.
Located in Illinois. T's and C's apply.
James Hardie Building Products knows how important your home is. That's why they're rated the #1 brand of siding in North America. James Hardie is proud to sponsor the Cubs. James Hardie Building Products, siding with the Cubs.
Justin Turner digs in to start the top half of the 5th inning here in the Bronx, and he looks at a ball outside from left-hander Carlos Rodon. 1-0 the count. Yankees with a 3-0 lead over the Cubs in the opener of a 3-game set. Rodon kicks and delivers. Turner looks at a ball low and inside. It's now 2-0, a fastball that missed. Aaron Judge with a couple of sparkling defensive catches in right. He's also got a sac fly. Former Cub Cody Bellinger with a 2-run home run. Here's the pitch. That's a called strike. Fastball, bottom of the zone, right at the knees. Right along the inner half. 2-1 the count on Turner, the designated hitter tonight. The pitch. Turner swings, and it's a high fly ball. Left center field. It's playable for Dominguez, who ranges over and makes the catch just short of the track for out number 1. That'll bring up Michael Busch, Cubs first baseman, 0 for 1 tonight with a swinging strikeout. Cubs have just 2 hits against Rodon this evening. Singles by Tucker. Turner, I should say 3 hits, and birdie. So 3 singles against Rodon tonight. Busch stands in, lefty-lefty matchup, and the pitch. A swing and a miss. At a slider.
And now this is a homecoming for you, the New Yorker. So have you been able to enjoy some of New York? We had the afternoon and morning off. We got in kind of late last night, but not too late.
Did the bagel thing today. The pitch, a swing and a miss by Busch in the hole, 0-2.
Okay, so give me the rundown. What does a New Yorker go to a bagel shop and get?
It's a bagel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went there, and it was really good.
Well, tell me what you got. I want to know.
Got lox loaded up.
Okay, okay.
The sandwich was about the size of my head. Here's the pitch, a swing and a miss, strike 3, as Rodon gets Busch with a slider. And I felt I earned it after running in Central Park earlier today. That's always fun. A lot of scenery.
I'll agree to that.
I think a lot of you have the beautiful trees and the birds. There's the zoo. It's great for people watching. A lot happening at Central Park.
I'll agree to that.
Yeah. John Verdi stands in, looks at a ball outside. Verdi, the third baseman today.
It's always my favorite thing to do is to walk from our hotel to Central Park and get a coffee and just drift around Central Park during the day. I don't think there is any better people watching. I've been to London, we've been all over, and Central Park wins. It's a winner.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong there.
There's something special about New York from that standpoint. The 1-1 is inside to Birdie, 2-1 the count.
Coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth. Proud ETF partner of the Chicago Cubs.
Now the 2-1 delivery by Rodon. And a fly ball hit to left. Routine for Dominguez, who makes the catch backing up, angling toward the line for out number 3. Cubs.
fulfills you. And Nissan's got an
switch hitter is far better from the left side, so advantage field.
Where you started your big league career, and you have so many friends and family out there.
Yeah, it was a fun few days. I was able to get in a couple days early, so that was really good. Haven't had a chance to really talk to Michael much about it. I just said, he got on the team plane yesterday, and I hit him in the shoulder as he was walking by us, and I'm like, now you got to wait 2 years. He just looked at me puzzled. I go, to go deep in your hometown ballpark. I go, I was betting on you. He just shook his head. He goes, I know.
He's a big listener to the pregame show as Dominguez fouls that one out of play, 2-2. No, but you remember the first time you homered in Chicago?
I could have shut down right there. I hit a home run in Wrigley. That was it. That was the goal of life. And then it was over. And I'm like, well, I guess we'll keep playing then.
Last pitch fouled away, out of play, off to the right again by Dominguez. Got to hit a home run on the south side and the north side as a visitor.
Yeah.
A few more on the south side. Here's the 2-2. Pulled on the ground. Oh, a diving backhand stop by Birdie from one knee. Tries to throw to first. Not in time. It bounced a couple of times before reaching Bush, but an excellent try at third. Behind the bag along the line by Birdie.
Birdie's having an excellent day here in Yankee Stadium with the glove in his hand. He's got a base hit, a stolen base, and 3 excellent plays at third base. And the 2 plays, he did not get an out in the play, did not record an out, but he saved a 90 feet because both of those balls are going down into the corner.
So Dominguez at first, the dangerous Aaron Judge at the plate. The pitch floats into the zone for a strike, a slow-moving breaking ball by the left-hander Thielbar, 0-1. Judge has walked and knocked in a run via a sacrifice fly. Man at first, here's the 0-1. That's low. Slider that missed, 1-1 on Judge. Sitting at .356 on the year, 34 home runs and now 79 RBIs.
And he just had a Gold Glove inning against the Cubs was that the 4th? He stole the home run and a diving catch and a ball coming in.
A swing and miss by Judge way out in front of a curveball, 1-2. Yeah, those 2 sparkling catches were unbelievable. Fighting a Yankee fan in right to rob PCA of a deep shot, and then came flying in to make a forward diving catch to rob Swanson of a hit. Thielbar stares at first. That's where Dominguez is. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 as Thielbar gets Judge with a rising fastball.
Boy, what a great sequence of pitches by Thielbar. Throws the slow hook to start the at-bat off. Then gets the foul ball on an inside heater and then buzzes him with a high fastball up out of the zone. Great sequence to get the punch out.
First out brought to you by Xfinity. The Wi-Fi is booming. Throw to first, diving back in safely Dominguez. The batter is Cody Bellinger, the former Cub, 1 for 2, but the one, a big one, a 2-run home run. Yankees up 3-0 with 1 on and 1 out here in the last of the 5th. Thielbar works his motion. Low and outside. Missed with a slow-moving breaking ball, 1-0. Pitching changes by the Cubs.
Bush. He got exposure to. And he drills this one in the air. Right field and forget it. Belly's done it again. He's in 2 here tonight. And going to work against his old team. 5-0.
So it makes it 10 consecutive games now that the Yankees have scored at least 5 runs. Talked a lot about Bellinger in his time with the Cubs, how he hangs in there really well against left-handed pitching.
18th multi-homer game of his career. First as a Yankee, as Rice takes a pitch for a strike. Popped up, Bush. And time now for our Chick-fil-A nugget of the game. Clay and Cody, one of 4 father-son duos to play for the Yankees. And yeah, I'm sure Clay's phone's blowing up there on your right. Yogi and Dale, Ron and Ike Davis, Mark and Mark Jr.
Mark Jr. currently on the Yankees injured list.
I did an interview with Cody Bellinger, I think his rookie year, and I asked him, do you remember any of the interactions from when you would, you'd go and hit in the Yankee batting cages, anything with Jeter or anything like that? And he said, yeah, he remembers Jeter stopping him one time as he was like dragging his bat out of the cage, and he said, hey man, you don't swing anything like your dad. You got a great swing. I'm sorry, Clay. I told that story a few times. The 0-2, but your son gave it to me. The 1-2. Ground ball up the middle. Swanson is there. Dansby gathers it in and throws him out. But another blast from Belly, and it's 5-0.
Little FanDuel Live special time. Cubs fans, hang under your hat because Cliff, he just fixed his microphone before we came on. He's ready to fix you with some winners. What do you have?
I'm going 0 runs, under half a run in the 7th.
Okay. Look, I like the way that sounds. That sounds like a big goose egg in that department.
In the 7th inning.
Math lessons from Cliff Floyd coming your way on Cubs Post Game Live. Boog, JD, we'll see you there.
Nico Horner will step to the plate, top of the order, and the Cubs down 5-0. And their old teammate Cody Bellinger is taking him deep not once but twice.
Well, this is their third look at Rodon here as we turn the lineup over, see if the Cubs can get a little something going against him. It's too easy.
Volpe throws out Horner, 1 away.
Auto Owners insures your business, so you can take care of everything else. That's simple human sense.
And now it's Kyle Tucker who is singled and struck out. The 0-1. The 1-1. And Tucker pops this one up, a little frustrated. Judge makes the catch. Bellinger didn't know where it was. And Rodon's in a pretty good groove.
Well, we're almost to the mega jackpot deadline. The 50-50 raffle is still growing and open to fans in Illinois through 7 p.m. Sunday. Don't wait to get in on the action. Get your tickets now at cubs.com/raffle. And the jackpot is up over $384,000. So feels like we're going to get to $400,000 by Sunday evening. It's 11 in a row retired by Rodon. Cubs had a nice day offensively yesterday, but the first 2 games of the Twin Series they didn't do much. And Yankees have Max Fried teed up to go tomorrow.
So one All-Star and then another. The 1-2. Seiya started to, but held up. Suzuki 0 for 2. He is struck out and he is popped out. Yankees lead 5-0. Two balls, 2 strikes, and a swing and a miss struck him out. Rodon has set down 12 in a row. Now we want to take a moment and join the rest of the baseball world as we mourn the passing of Lee Elia. Lee had a long pro baseball career, including his time as a player for the Cubs in 1968 and as a manager in 82 and 83. Our thoughts and prayers are with Priscilla and the entire family. Lee passed away on Wednesday at the age of 87. Hey, we're back. And here in the Bronx, Boog Sciambi, Jim DeShays, and Taylor McGregor. As Paul Goldschmidt fouls one back.
We're back, and Jordan Wicks is back. This is his second appearance since being called up from AAA. And you see the numbers down at Iowa. 44 in the third innings, a 4.06 ERA. His most recent work down there, though, was really good.
Swing and a liner. Fair ball down the line. And that one gets into the corner. Picking it up is Tucker. Throw to second, too late. And Goldschmidt in with a double.
Goldschmidt has always had that ability to hit the ball hard the other way. I think of him a lot of times driving it into the alley in right center. This time it's down the right field line and into the corner for a 2-base hit as the Yankees continue to apply pressure. Initially thought it was going to be foul.
And then he had to get on his horse. Chop to the right side, and Horner flips to Bush. On the play, Goldschmidt to third.
Cubs baseball is presented by Fast Play from the Illinois Lottery. Download the Illinois Lottery app to play today. Jordan pitched on the homestand against the Cardinals, went 3 1/3 scoreless. 3 hits, a couple of punch outs, didn't walk anybody.
Line drive, fair ball down the left field line, and that one's going to get into the corner. Goldschmidt will come in to score, and into second is Volpe, and that is an RBI double. It is 6-0.
This one just catches a lot of the play, and it's up above the knees, inviting hard contact.
Peraza fouls one away. Up the middle, Wicks can't find it, and everybody will be safe. And Peraza with his second infield hit of the night.
It's letting everybody know he's okay. Unfortunately, just gets a piece of him. If not, Nico's there to make a play for him. The bottom of his shoe, it looked like.
Yes.
Despite him saying I'm good, they're just going to do their due diligence and go out and check, have a little chat.
JD, one of the things with Wicks is he's throwing harder. That four-seam fastball's getting up there at 95 in that range. Obviously got to work on continuing to get better results. Volpe's at third, Peraza's at first, and Dominguez swings and misses.
Cubs as a staff do not strike out a lot of people. That's where Jordan's cause would be boosted if he could find a way to punch out more. If he can sustain that 95, there's one at 96. to go along with that real good changeup he's got. That would be a nice combo.
Yeah, the Cubs, as a staff, tied for the 5th lowest strikeout rate in the majors and the 2nd lowest swing and miss rate. And look, there can be outliers, but as a general idea, when you look at the teams, the last, say, 8-10 years that have succeeded in the postseason, swing and a miss and a strikeout. JD, they get a lot of strikeouts. I mean, if you're wondering what a really good postseason bullpen looks like, we saw it in Houston.
Oh my, yeah. That group, really impressive.
There's Judge now 2 away. 1st and 3rd, 6-0 Yankees. I feel like this guy, I don't know, I'm of the opinion he doesn't get quite the attention. I don't know. I mean, he's in position where he's going to go down as one of the greatest right-handed hitters of all time, I think. StatCast powered by Google Cloud. Look at this spray chart of the homer.
Yeah, so where do you go? You can drive it out the other way. I mean, I think you got to pitch him in, but if you make a mistake in there, he can hurt you.
Yeah, that time Wicks went upstairs and Judge not able to catch up. Yankees lead 6-0.
Hey, Cub fans, go to MarqueeSportsNetwork.com for the latest Cubs news and in-depth feature stories presented by Jeff Vukovich, your local nationwide insurance agent. Visit JeffVuk.com. Nationwide is on your side.
That was the Chrysler building. We just got a little peek at. I think that was a Chrysler building. Was that the Chrysler building?
Yeah,
it was a Chrysler building. Okay. I need to get that right. Anyway, here's Carson Kelly. And there's a strike.
Ethan Cooperson points out that through 6 innings, Carlos Rodon has spent a grand total of 24 minutes on the mound.
Jeez. It's not a lot of time at the mound.
No. The Yankees are dominating time of possession here tonight.
There's no question. Oh-2. Rodon has set down a dozen in a row. And he's done that on 36 pitches. The 1-2. Through there. And that's 13 in a row. Downstairs and Taylor.
With one of the louder cheers I've heard lately for a non-Ohtani visiting player at Yankee Stadium. What a testament to his star power. And I would agree. I spoke to Sarah before the game today, and I said, what's your favorite nugget you got in the Cubs right now? And she goes, I love the fact that PCA just hit at least 25 homers and 25 stolen bases in a single season. So we love Sarah. She's always coming up with good nuggets, and she loves PCA.
Rodon gets there, and Pete Crow Armstrong says, no, he didn't. No, he didn't. And they're going to look at it. And Pete knew it.
Yeah, it looked like Rodon had half a step on him, but he may not have gotten his foot down before Pete was able to sneak in there.
Chicago is challenging the out call at first base.
They're taking a second look. A second opinion is always a good idea. Get yours at Northwestern Medicine, and this almost definitely will be overturned.
Oh, you reach back to try to tag him.
And he sort of
kind of like almost lost track of going for the bag, and then his back foot does hit the base, but on the backside of the base, and I think PCA had already made contact with the bag. It's I don't know. And after a little contact, a little conversation, everybody's good. So they used to teach that back in my day. To cover first base, you run toward the first base line, now 15, 20 feet, short of the bag, and then you turn up the line and you run parallel to the line, which works, most of the time. But when you've got a guy like PCA going down the line, you have to take a more direct route to the bag.
Call on the field is confirmed. The runner is out. Chicago loses their challenge.
And how about that? Call on the field is confirmed. And Pete Crow Armstrong.
Pete's asking on the tag or on the base? It's like simultaneous, isn't it?
Well, although in New York they're saying it's not. They're saying confirmed. They didn't say stand. So they're saying that they found evidence that he was clearly out. So everybody, all that stuff that I was talking about, how it would be overturned, just forget about it.
Rodon, as we mentioned earlier, coming off his worst start of the year, on his way to perhaps his best start of the year. It was against the Mets last time out. He allowed 7 runs, 6 earned in 5 innings.
The 0-2. He's a big cat, man. He goes 6'2", 255. Born in Miami, grew up in North Carolina. He was the 3rd overall pick out of NC State back in 2014 by the White Sox. Swanson laces one, caught. Volpe. And it's time to stretch here in the Bronx. All Yankees, 6-0. Chicago Cubs baseball on Marquee Sports Network is brought to you by Toyota, official vehicle of the Chicago Cubs. On that list, I think it's interesting. Just obviously big fan bases. So Devers is a Giant now, but you know he IDs as a Red Sox for most of his time. So that fan base is certainly a powerful fan base. The Cubs have one as well. Anybody stand out or not on there that you could think of?
This is The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Talk Cubs with us on Spiegel and Holmes, 2 to 6 afternoons on The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network, WSCR Chicago, WBMX HD2 Chicago, and Odyssey Sports Station.
Neither team with an error. Yankees 6 runs, 8 hits, no errors. Cubs no runs, 3 hits, no errors. The Yankees have been a good team to beat, a hard team to beat here at home this season. A good record of 29-17. Cubs have been a very good road team this year. It's hard to have a winning record on the road in big league ball. It always has been difficult. Cubs are 25-22. And generally, at the end of the year, the teams with winning road records are going to be playing in postseason ball, generally.
That's right.
Cody Bellinger will take down low for ball 1.
Coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth. Proud ETF partner of the Chicago Cubs.
Wicks delivers a little bit down low to Bellinger. Bellinger now with 15 home runs, adding in his 2 tonight. And 52 runs batted in. So he's having a good year, not a monstrous year. And now the 1-1. Driven to deep right. Back goes Tucker to the right field fence. Leaping and making the catch. Tucker reached up as he jumped up, and it looked like the glove was very close to the top of the right field fence. Very nice play by Kyle, out number 1.
Yeah, this may very well have taken a home run away from Belling, and that would be home run number 3. And I think it does. That ball's going to end up in the first row. It's kind of that ball jammed Bellinger, but that's going to be a home run. That would have been home run number 3 for Bellinger.
Clearly, you could see that the glove of Tucker was up above the wall. Looked like a fan out there was reaching for the ball at the same time that Kyle was.
Yeah. That was definitely going to be home run number 3. How about that for catch of the game?
Swing and a miss, nothing in 2. I agree.
Yeah, it's sponsored by Catch Des Moines. Discover Weekend Getaway in Des Moines, where only the Yes are silent. Find all the fun at CatchDesMoines.com. And Tuck robbing Bellinger of home run number 3 here in the bottom of the 7th.
Ben Rice checks on a curveball. It's down low. Still waiting for the exact attendance figure tonight. We'll get that soon. Now the 1-2 from Wicks. Breaking ball swung on and fouled at the plate. I told you we'd get the attendance soon. Here it comes.
play calls I've ever heard in my life.
I'm going to have to go back and listen.
Because he is on the call so perfectly, and we're far away. And so it's literally the, fly ball deep right field. Tarasco back at the track at the wall, reaches up, and a fan reaches over, and he takes it away from him, like in real time.
He got it. He was on it.
He got it.
Wow.
And it's a glorious call. Budweiser broadcast booth. We have baseballs, and this Bud's for you. Yeah,
that's why John's one of the best ever.
That's right. Time call. One out, man at first. Rice with a single. All Yankees here, bottom 7.
Here's another note that Coop sent along.
What he said?
It's kind of hard to believe. Cody Bellinger is just the 4th left-handed hitter to have a multi-home run game against the Cubs in their long history.
Ever?
Matt Carpenter in 2022, and then Garrigan Ruth in the same World Series game in 1932.
Man. And then Notch had a pretty good...
No Stargell, no McCovey.
Ever. Notch had a pretty good note as well. Base hit into right field. Tucker picks it up. Chisholm with his first hit. How about a Notch note? All right, 2 aboard and 1 out. Goldschmidt a double into the right field corner his last time. It's all Yankees here tonight.
Cubs have not played a bunch here over the years, but they have had very little success in this ballpark.
That was Yankee left-handed hitters with homers.
Oh, okay, Yank. That makes more sense.
You're killing me. Suzuki, double clutch. And in to score is Rice.
Oh boy, now you start to think about position player pitching. If this continues the way it is here tonight, as Goldschmidt delivers his second hit of the night, doubled and scored last time, RBI single this time as he squeaks one through the left side of the infield. And say if he gets it cleanly, he's got a legitimate shot at him and had a little difficulty getting it out of his hand. Of course, it would be Yankees only. That's not Coop's fault. That's just
meeting on the mound, and we're talking about jersey sales. Let's send it down to Miss McGregor Fanatic.
It's exactly right. I'm not talking about the Philly Fanatic, but I am talking about Cal Raleigh. He was not on the list, and because PCA has jumped to that list because of the year he's had, I think Cal Raleigh, who right now is picked to finish second in the AL MVP award, I mean, you got to show that guy some love, right?
No doubt. Also, I was told that PCA jersey sales would be higher, but they didn't anticipate him being so big, and so they haven't had him in stock. They haven't been able to keep up with demand, in part, for Pete Crow Armstrong.
Does it have anything to do with the number change, too? I wonder if that kind of slowed down production.
Ooh, that's a good point as well. Base hit left field. Escara with the knock. Chisholm to the plate. And it is
base hits. Yankees 8 runs now on 12 hits, and pretty well struck too.
On the ground to the right side, Horner to second for one. That's all they get, and they're at the corners.
I was hoping to be able to report some good news, but the Brewers are winning their game as well, 6-1 over the Nationals in the third. They just dropped a 6 spot on the Nats in the bottom of the third inning. Oh, nice let up. Cub loss and a Brewer win tonight will put the Brewers just one game behind the Cubs in the Central.
The 1-1.
I can't remember if we were having this conversation on air or off air recently about pitchers icing after they come out of a game.
Yeah, we talked about it.
Yeah, like nobody does it anymore.
Nope. Swing and a miss. You were surveying the pitchers.
Yes, I talked to a handful of them down there. Nobody does the ice pack on the shoulder thing anymore.
That's a good tease. More on icing when we come back. On to the 8th. Welcome back. Our game summary is brought to you by Wintrust. 8-0 Yankees. Bellinger with a 2-run homer and a 2-run homer, and Rodon 7 shutout innings. And the lefty back out there at 85 pitches. Turner fouls it away. Justin has one of the 3 Cub hits here tonight. Line drive up the middle and stopped by Chisholm. Throw to first. Out. And Turner is gone.
Turner with a bid for his second hit of the night. Chisholm makes a real nice play to the backhand side. Gets just enough on this throw to get him.
He's retired 16 in a row.
So I was talking with the boys about icing.
Yeah.
Matthew Boyd, he says he'll get it like a nice bath. He'll like do the plunge in a cold tub, and then he'll get in the sauna. He'll go back and forth.
Okay. That doesn't really count, though,
after
right?
a game. No, it's not the same. Cade Horton told me he does dry needling. Familiar with the dry needling?
I am.
Yeah.
I love the dry needling.
After coming out of a game.
Oh, after the game?
Yeah, after the game.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I've never heard
they all
that.
do some kind of, they'll do band work, they do exercises. Some guys will lift a little bit.
Do you know anyone from Colgate?
Not personally, no.
That's usually the way people know each other personally. Here's a pitch inside, and it's now 2-1.
Do you think the toothpaste was invented at Colgate University?
I think it could have been. See if Paul Schrager, our engineer, wants to chime in on this thrilling discussion.
This pitch inside to Michael Busch, pulls the hands back, and I think it hits him in the knob of the bat.
Call on the field is foul ball. Chicago's challenging that call.
Always makes me laugh when your dugout is saying we're going to challenge this. The ball hit him, but the hitter never goes to first base ever. He just stands there like he didn't do a very good job of acting.
That may have grazed him in the back of the right wrist as I watch the replay. What do you think?
Well, if it did, Bushy didn't move at all and go anywhere. He stood right at home plate.
Call on the field stands. Foul ball.
It is a foul ball.
Did we get a Colgate? Did they invent the toothpaste there?
Paul Schrager deep into a crossword puzzle at this stage. And the next pitch is down low, and it's 3-2.
What I understand, the toothpaste was invented by someone named Colgate, and one of his relatives eventually went on to become a trustee of Colgate University, and the rest is history.
Forget about it.
Outside to Busch for ball 4. It's a 1-out walk. That snaps the string that Rodon had running of 16 straight batters in a row retired. Cubs need a whole lot more in the base runner area to get back in this game. Down by 8. You never know. John Birdie ready to step in. John had a single and then lined out. He's probably had the best at-bats of any Cub in the game against Rodon.
Rodon's still throwing hard. That last pitch, 96 miles an hour. He's at 95 pitches. He is 6 times he has gone over 100 pitches this season. And the most he has thrown is 105 pitches in a ball game. So this could be one of them games that, is now, I think the Yankees are just now starting to get, they're starting to get a right-hander up and just kind of tossing. As Rodon is at 96 pitches in the ballgame.
Ron, you're going to be naming the Benny's Beverage Depot Toast of the Game ball player. That's coming up in the 9th inning. Sponsored by Benny's. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking. Are they doing the wave? Yes, they are. The wave is starting to ripple around Yankee Stadium. And the 1-1. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Post-game reminder, Zach Zaidman's post-game show, the Verizon post-game show. That's coming up after our broadcast tonight, so please stay tuned for that. We have to name a tough play of the ball game. Here's the 2-2. Bounce to third, glove by Peraza. Go to second, one over to first. Not in time. Good hustle by Birdie. Beats the relay. You always got to keep hustling regardless of the score. 2 down, a man at first, and the batter, Nico Horner.
Yeah, Birdie flying down the line, beat the throw by half a step. Meet of the order tonight for the Cubs. That was sponsored by Chef IQ Sense. Never under or overcook your food again. Purchase now at chefiq.com.
I'm sponsored by Loyola Medicine. Loyola Medicine defines tough. Wave still rippling around. It's lost a lot of its enthusiasm, though. Pitch to Horner is down low. When it first started, 100% of the fans were doing it. It's down to about 20% now.
It's not really a wave then anymore.
No,
is it?
it's a ripple.
It's a ripple. Yeah, there you go.
The 2-0. Pop-up foul back out of play, right side. Cubs lost the first 2 in Minnesota. Able to scratch out a win yesterday. Horner lines one to the gap in right center. That's going to be a base hit. It gets by Judge. Backing up is Bellinger. It's a long single for Horner. On the play going to third is John Birdie. So Nico gets his first knock of the game. Let's see if the Cubs can get on the board.
And that's going to bring out Aaron Boone.
He's lost a lot.
He's at 103 right now.
Kyle Tucker stands in. Let's see if all right.
3 right now.
Kyle Tucker stands in. Let's see if Kyle can get a hold of one and take a little bite out of that 8-run deficit. Lefty to lefty, swing and a miss. Some of the best control we've ever seen Rodon have, Ron. He just has not made many bad pitches.
He really hasn't. He's, you know, the Cubs put the ball in play, but he has pitched on the edges of the strike zone.
Outside 1-1.
And when I mean the edges, I mean right along the edges of the strike zone, but with great stuff. And this is one of his better performances, deep into the ball game here with 105 pitches in the game here in the 8th.
Cubs trying to get on the board. 2 down men at first and third. Tucker takes a fastball inside. Check swing, no swing.
If you're Boone, you gotta love this for your starting pitcher to go into the 8th inning. He's got a chance of finishing the 8th.
Swing and a miss by Tucker. And now the fans are standing here at Yankee Stadium. There's always some atmosphere in this ballpark. Just like Wrigley Field. Already a good lead over at third. Here's the 2-2. Listen to these fans. High to Tucker, ball 3.
That last fastball, he just cut that one loose. That's his best fastball of the night. 98 miles an hour. Ooh. Pitch number 108.
That's a guy who's in pretty good shape. Here comes the payoff. Tucker drives one in the air down the right field line. Long run for Judge. That ball is going to be a diving catch. Did Judge make the catch? He did. A sensational diving catch by Aaron Judge, racing from straightaway right all the way over near the line, diving, and the big man held on to the ball. What a play he made. And that ends the inning. It remains Yankees 8, Cubs nothing on the score, and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs fans, Pete Crow Armstrong here. Pat and Ron call every game on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Where do the Cubs shop to celebrate a big win? Binny's Beverage Depot. Binny's is the official champagne provider of the Chicago Cubs. If you can't find it at Binny's, it's probably not.
Let me get back to you on that. Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. At the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days on all Hyundai Palisade, Santa Fe, and Santa Fe hybrid models. And check out our other great deals at your Hyundai dealer today. Offer ends September 2nd. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
Hey Cubs fans, do you have a plumbing emergency at your home or business? Call the All-Stars at Plumbers 911. Available 24/7 at 1-833-PLUM-911. Licensed, highly trained plumbing professionals ready to answer your call. Call today, 1-833-PLUM-911.
Hey, baseball fans, now at Verizon, they are knocking it out of the park with low prices locked in for 3 years guaranteed on my plan. Get a single line for just $45 a month when you switch and bring your phone. That's their best price on unlimited welcome with autopay plus taxes and fees. Only on the network you can count on. Slide into your local Chicago Verizon store today.
$20 monthly promo credits applied over 36 months with a new line on unlimited welcome. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds. Price guarantee applies to then current base monthly 2G speeds. Price guarantee applies to then current base monthly rates. Additional terms and conditions apply.
Advanced Hair Restoration. Chicago's simple one-day hair loss solution that begins to regrow your own natural hair the very next day. AdvancedHair.com.
The out-of-town scoreboard is sponsored by Club Citgo. Download the Club Citgo app now and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. Top of the fifth inning in Milwaukee. All Brewers tonight. A 7-1 lead over the Nationals. Christian Yelich with a 2-run home run is 19th. In game one of a doubleheader, the Guardians double up the White Sox 4-2. Carlos Santana hit a 2-run home run in that game. The second game is underway.
Jason Dominguez swings and misses. Strike 3, Zach. Go right ahead.
Middle three of game two of that doubleheader on the south side. Guardians leading the White Sox 2-1. Jose Ramirez, 2-run shot, his 18th. Other action, the Orioles on top of the Marlins. 5-0 now, bottom of the 8th inning at Camden Yards. After 8, Rockies 3, Reds 2. Ryan McMahon, a 2-run home run, his 13th. Mariners lead the Tigers 4-3 after 7.
Aaron Judge takes inside, Zach.
Donovan Solano with a ribby triple for the Mariners. Rays lead the Red Sox 4-3, top of the 7th. The Mets and Royals about to get underway in Kansas City after a rain delay.
Judge checks and takes low, 2-0.
Top 4, Rangers 5, Astros 1, Evan Carter a 2-run single. Pirates and Twins scoreless after 3 in Minnesota.
Both 3 off-speed delivery.
Sean Murphy, a 2-run home run for Atlanta, his 14th. Braves leading the Cardinals 6-2, bottom of the 3rd in St. Louis. And everything else is a little bit later on tonight, Pat.
Judge with the sacrifice fly earlier. He'll take a strike. I'm looking at his official size statistics. He is 6'7", 282 pounds. Very little body fat.
Yeah, very lean.
One of the leanest 282-pound people you'll ever see.
Yeah.
And yet watching him run from straightaway right over to the right field corner and make that diving catch, it was a remarkable athletic achievement for a guy that big, or really for any athlete, Ron.
I would agree.
Ball 4 to Judge. He gets the base on balls. But he's just a very rare combination of power and athleticism.
Well, he hasn't done anything with the bat. He's walked twice. Well, it's sacrifice fly. But he's made 2 diving catches and stole a home run with his glove. And he's got the best numbers in all of baseball with the bat in his hand. That's all.
Bellinger, the big man for the Yanks, 2 home runs. He might have another one here. Deep right center. Back is Crow Armstrong at the wall. And that ball is going to be a home run for Cody Bellinger. His 3rd of the night. 3 homers, 6 RBIs. PCA made a valiant running and then leaping try up against the barrier in right center. He came close to grabbing it, but not quite.
Really, if you think about it, Tucker stole the home run from him, and now this one ends up in the seats in the first row. He could have had 4 home runs in this ballgame.
And here's Ben Rice, tapping one up along first and rolling foul. Bellinger came into the game with 13 home runs. He's belted 3 and he makes a curtain call. Bellinger now with 54 runs batted in. And the Yankees lead by a score of 10-0. We understand it's his first career 3-homer game. Is that what I heard?
Yeah, that is correct.
Here comes the 0-1 from Wicks. Tapped foul by the batter Rice. Well, we remember Bellinger in his year plus with the Cubs. He was a dynamic ball player. And when he got hot, he would be one of the most impressive. Wicks missing down low. No activity in the Cub bullpen as Wicks comes back. This ball is bounced foul past first. Ron, I'll bet you had some ball games as an amateur, maybe as a minor leaguer, that were pretty impressive in terms of numbers and one man doing all of that in one game, that type of thing. What was your biggest RBI game ever? Did we get a 7 or an 8 bagger?
I think 7 was the most I think I had in the big league. 6 or 7.
Did you have 7 down in Arlington?
I did. I think that Arlington is where I had the most. Yeah, I know. When I was young, I had 5 home runs and a doubleheader, 3 and 2.
That was minor league ball?
No, and right before I got to minor league baseball.
2-2 is down low to Ben Rice.
Never a 3 home run game in professional baseball, whether it be big leagues or minor leagues. All 2. Many times I hit 2 home runs in a game.
And now the 3-2 pulled sharply fair past a diving Bush. This ball makes it into the right field corner. Ben Rice will pull in at second with a double. And the Yankees, leading by 10, keep applying the pressure.
Yeah, it's one of those situations, and we were talking on the last inning where, you don't want to burn up your bullpen at all, and you're just trying to get Wicks through this last inning, because you want to try to save everybody for the final 2 games before the break.
Wick's having a tough time.
Jazz Chisholm has hit safely in 8 consecutive games. He's waiting to be the next batter for the Yanks. Now the competitive part of this ball game has left, so we're kind of starting mentally to already focus on game 2, which is tomorrow at 12:05. Should be a very good matchup, Ron, with Matthew Boyd. Mentally to all. Just tomorrow at 12. The competitive part of this ball game has left, so we're kind of starting mentally to already focus on game 2, which is tomorrow at 12:05. Should be a very good matchup, Ron, with Matthew Boyd against Max Fried. 2 guys. Third. And that's out number 2.
Major League Baseball has taken over the ATL with the game's biggest event. The action begins at T-Mobile Home Run Derby on ESPN July 14th at 7 p.m. Central. Catch all the action in the 95th All-Star Game presented by MasterCard July 15th, and that'll start at 6 p.m. Central on Fox.
Paul Goldschmidt, the batter, takes low for ball 1. Goldschmidt, 2 hits, a run scored, a run batted in. Looks like he can still handle that bat. He was hitting .290 at game time. He's up to .292, and he takes a strike here, 1-1. I think every player is aware of his batting average.
Yeah.
Here comes the 1-1. But at some point, you almost have to put it on the back burner and say, "Look, I have a game today. I can't be messing around with my numbers or whatever. I'm thinking about the pitcher I'm facing. That's where my focus is."
Yeah, there's no doubt. Yeah, you want to have, just quality at bats and do whatever it's going to take for you to win, especially when you're playing like the Yankees and Cubs, where you're trying to win a pennant.
Goldschmidt lines one down the left field line. It's going to be a base hit. A run will score. Goldschmidt going for a double, and he's got a 2-base hit. And it's 11-0. Goldschmidt's 3rd hit of the game, his 2nd double. He gets his 2nd run batted in and has 36 RBIs. The Yankees have scored in 4 straight and 5 of the last 6 innings.
Wick's pitch count, too, is really climbing. He's at 63 pitches in this ball game. He's only been in a game a couple innings. 2 2/3 innings.
J.C. Escarra swings away and fouls it away. Lefty to lefty. Wicks to Escarra. Fastball inside. Escarra backing away, and it's 1-1. Milwaukee with a commanding 7-1 lead over Washington. That's a 5th inning score from Wisconsin. So it looks like there is a strong likelihood that the Cubs' lead will be down to a precarious 1 game by the time tomorrow's activity rolls around. And the 1-2. Breaking ball, check swing down low. Yankees trying to pick up some ground on Toronto. Let's see how the Blue Jays are doing tonight as we look around. They haven't started yet. They play in the Bay Area against the Athletics later. Pop-up, shallow right, caught by Horner. That ends the inning. Yankees break it open.
Now representing the organization, Jim Leland and A.J. Hinch are presenting Miggy with a customized set of cleats made by renowned artist Marco Turzo, made from several significant baseballs from Miguel's career. The cleats are presented on a base representing the time he spent at both third and first base in his career.
Building products, siding with the Cubs.
The Chef IQ Sense is a wireless cooking thermometer everyone should have. It eliminates under or overcooking your chicken, fish, or meat to achieve perfection. Order one now on chefiq.com. That's chefiq.com.
This copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of the Chicago Cubs and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Chicago Cubs. Getting set for the top of the ninth here in the Bronx. Yankees 11, Cubs nothing. The ninth inning is brought to you by Bosch Power Tools. The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a Bosch. Pat?
Well put, Zach. As we go to the ninth inning, Vidal Brujan will try to lash out a base hit. New pitcher in the game for the Efros. Former Cub right-hander is now doing the pitching for New York. Efros comes back 2-0. Here's a liner down the right field line. That's going to be a fair ball up against the wall in the corner. And Brujan will have a standing two-bagger. That's how it's done.
Yeah, you come off the bench and swing that bat.
Always good for the young guys who don't get a lot of playing ability or playing time to come in and show their ability by lashing out a base hit when they get that opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. Line drive bullet, one hopper off the right field wall.
Carson Kelly will not bat. Ron, it's time for you to name the toast of the game. Reese McGuire is pinch hitting. Reese McGuire facing Efros. A little dribbler to the left side of the mound, gloved by Peraza. The third baseman throws to first in time. And McGuire is out number one. Brujan holding at second on the play. Score that one 5-3. And here's Pete Crow Armstrong, or maybe a pinch batter. Looks like Pete's going to leave the game.
I think Shaw's going to hit for him. But I think for toast of the game ball player tonight, I think we got to go with John Birdie. 3 great plays at third base. He got on a base hit, a stolen base. So this has not been a very good game for the Cubs offensively or in any regard, with the score being 11-0. But Birdie had a nice ball game today.
He really did. I agree, and that's a good call by you, Ron. Matt Shaw will take a strike. See if the Cubs can get on the board. Never like to be shut out in a baseball game. Swinging a foul out of play. 0-2 on Shaw. Cubs being out hit 15-5. And now the 0-2 to Matt. Fly ball, left field, playable for Dominguez. And that's going to be out number 2. Holding at second is Brujan. And the Cubs are down to their last chance.
Now, there's just some ball games that just, they don't go your way. And tonight's been one of those games for the Cubs. It's been all Yankees. And you're going to have those ball games in Big League Baseball. That's just the way it is. I don't care how good a team you are. You're going to have some of these games. And tonight,
Don't you remember when Yankees started playing
It has been, been the Cubs' turn to get one of these tough ball games.
Dansby takes a strike from Scott Efros. Swanson has lined out twice and struck out. Here comes the 0-1 pitch now, on the way to Dansby. He takes a strike, and now the Cubs are down to their last strike. Yankee fans start to stand. Some of the fans have headed for the exits. The majority have hung around. And the pitch. Just outside. The Cubs are still alive. Let's see if Swanson can find an opening and drive in a run, get himself a base hit. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, and it's all over. Dansby tried to check on an outside curveball, couldn't do it. The Yankees win Game 1 easily by a score of 11-0. We will be back with the totals and summaries in just a moment. The final, the New York Yankees 11 and the Chicago Cubs 0. This has been a presentation of The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Talking Cubs Monday through Friday afternoons with the Spiegel and Holmes Show, 2 to 6 on The Score.
Hey folks, Coom here. Since teaming up with the fine folks at Yuengling Beer, I've heard this question a lot. Ron, how has Yuengling managed to be around for 196 years? Well, it comes down to one thing. They brew great beer. Simple as that. It takes real quality to become the oldest